live now. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, wait. It's live. Okay, it's not live yet. Sorry for that.
No worries. Don't try. It's okay.
Okay, so we are live now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Future Talks, a podcast series by IT Innovation Club at ENSIASD, where we invite inspiring professionals to share insights with students about technology, career, and innovation. So I'm Chanel Mohsen, the president of the IT Innovation Club, and today we have a very special episode titled The Internship CV Guide and What Recruiters Actually Look For. So today we are honored to welcome Mrs. Duport, the director of employability at Al Khawain University, who has an extensive experience helping students land internships and prepare for their job market. So thank you so much for showing up today, Mrs. Duport.
Thank you very much. Maybe I can add. Hello, everyone. Maybe I can add as well that before becoming the director of employability and entrepreneurship at Al Khawain, before that I spent 20 years in corporate. So I have recruited hundreds of people. Have conducted hundreds of interviews and reviewed like thousands of CVs. So I kind of know, what a recruiter is looking at when they see a CV, and also during the interview process, what the recruiter is looking, and the type of questions we are asking, and why we are asking them as well.
Okay, that's really interesting, actually. So today we will be talking about two main things. The first thing will be how to prepare your CV, and the importance of personalizing your CV for each internship. And the second thing is, after you prepare your CV, after you land the interview, how to prepare for that interview, and how to actually show your that you have experience, and how to show your skills in the interview. So starting with the first from the recruiter's perspective. So how do recruiters actually, or what do recruiters actually look for when reading a CV, or when actually looking to employ for a specific role? What are they exactly looking for?
Yeah, okay, that's a great question. So the first thing we look at is really the basic, okay, actually, let me go back to the first step. When we recruit, we will work on a job description. Okay, so that's something that we will post on a job description or internship position as well. It's the same thing. So you have kind of a job description. Within the job description, we explain, we do spend time on this document, and we explain what we are looking at in terms of skills, technical skills, but more importantly, the soft skills as well. So when you apply to an internship or a job, you have to make sure you have read properly the description, and you need to make sure that whatever you have on your CV reflect what was or what is on the job description. Very important, because again, as I said, we spend time on that document, not just, like for fun, but because really it matters. So when I read your CV, the first thing I will check is what are your skills, the basic ones that I need you to know. For example, if I want you to know Java or a specific, I don't know, data analytics tool, etc., that's the first thing I'm going to check. If I see, okay, great, this person knows exactly technically what I need this person to know, great. Then the second step, I will be looking at the experience, but also the project. I know you are all very young and you probably don't have many experiences, but you have done projects. You have even personal projects. I'm sure some of you have maybe developed some softwares, or you have worked in clubs, etc. So whatever you do to showcase your technical skills and soft skills, use them on your CV. That's the first thing I'll say. The second thing, one of the big tip I always use and I always share, and it works really well, is the wording. The word you have on the job description, make sure you have them on your CV. So it means, and I'm sorry to say that, but you cannot have one generic CV. You need to have several ones based on the different positions, but also based on the company itself, like how they describe themselves in terms of values, the word, again, they are using on their job description or internship. So you need to make sure they appear on your CV. I know it sounds like it's not complicated at all, but it really works, because when I will read your CV, everything will resonate with me. I will see the keywords. I will see you use the same, the technical skills, obviously, but the same word that I used in the job description. So for me, it's a match compared to another CV that might have the same information, but maybe there won't be any information that will show me like you will be a really good match with me, with my team, with the values of my company.
Okay, so this comparison, do you do it manually, or there is some automations or systems that actually compare the CV with the job description?
Yes, of course. Companies now, particularly big companies, because they receive a lot of CVs, they will use the ATS, like a system kind of scanning CVs. And how they scan, it's very simple. Huh? It's really what are the key requirements, like what are the skills I want the applicant to have, and that's it. And the system will basically give a ranking, like a score. And if you are closer, if your score is really high, then it means like your
profile is similar to
the, exactly. Your profile is like matches really well with what we need. If your score is low, we might not look at your profile. It's just like a first scan. It will really just check that really you have a basic skills that we are looking for. That's why I'm saying, and even if a company doesn't use an ATS, they will scan manually anyway, and they will look at the key skills you need to have based again on the job description.
Okay, so that's really interesting, because what you're saying is basically the first thing you should do is look for the tools or the technologies that this job or this internship needs, and integrate it in your CV. Yes. So can it be harmful to add many things that the description doesn't mention, or as long as you add how much ever you want, it's not a problem?
That's a great question. No, it doesn't harm if you have like more than what they ask, as long as your CV is not too long, like it's not 2 or 3 pages. But if you know more tools, of course, have them on your CV, as long, again, like it's not too long, because when the CV is too long and you have some companies, they do the manual scan, they might skip the second or the third page.
Okay, what would you say that is the best length for a CV?
Okay, so ideally, really, especially at your age, really 1 page is enough. And if you are able in 1 page to really like showcase your experience, your skills, etc., it means like you are concise. You know how to how to do that. 1.5 pages potentially is okay if really you have done a lot and you don't know how to to have only one page. Okay, that's okay. But 2 or 3 pages, no, it's definitely not. And again, because it shows like you are not able to create like a synthesis, or to be straightforward, etc. So it doesn't really look good, especially when you are in a IT sector. If you are in I don't know, international studies, maybe it will be different, or if you do research, etc. Another thing I wanted to say is, if you have too many experiences and you really don't know how to have like everything in one page, in that case, make sure like when you have several CVs, because I will really challenge you in a way that I have seen so many students like putting everything, because they have too many things in 2 pages. And then when I see the position they are applying to, or internship, I can see that not everything are like relevant to the position. So it's additional information that sometimes really won't help the student. So you have to be relevant, and to be relevant, you need to really understand what the recruiter is looking for.
Okay, so the most important thing is to actually integrate the things that the recruiter is actually looking for, and then you can add another tools or technologies if you want.
Exactly.
Okay, so you mentioned before that it's the best to fit all your experiences or projects in one page. So what would you say that is in our situation as students that we are looking for internships? What would you say that is the best, the most important thing? Is it experience? Is it personal projects, academic projects? Is it overall the skills or the tools that you can use? What is it exactly?
Okay, so the tools, you know how to use that. Really, it should be somewhere. You can have like on the left, a banner where you have the tools. You know how to use. I would say, put any projects that you have accomplished, like things that you have like started and finished completely. And I will say also, so it could be the 3 options you mentioned, your experience. Maybe you have already done an internship, maybe it's a personal project or an academic project. As long as you have accomplished something, and you will be able to talk about this experience. I'll give you an example. Instead of saying like, I don't know, I studied Java, or I know how to use Java, just give me an example on how you use Java and what you have like your accomplishment or your achievement. For example, I develop a software helping, to optimize by 15% cost reduction for during my internship. Something like that. But like the tool you have used, but more importantly, what you have achieved with that. Don't put just like I use Java or whatever other tools. Really explain what you achieve with that. So give numbers. Okay, and maybe also the rate of error, the error rates you have, or the accuracy. I achieve 80% of accuracy, for example. Put numbers on really achievement, not just the tool you have used.
That's actually a really important thing that I didn't know before. That it's the best to integrate numbers. That's the thing I've never did.
Yeah, numbers. Oh my God, it makes such a difference, because it shows like not only how to use a specific tool, but it shows also the impact of what you did. Always think about your impact. What you did, like you have your task, what you have learned and what you have applied, great. But then think about, okay, what was the outcome of that? What was my achievement? Okay, I used that tool, which allowed me to, and bam, you have to have like a number or a key achievement. Sometimes the achievement is not a number. It's like, actually, I learned, I don't know, how to work in an international environment, an international team. It's fine. It's an achievement. And it tells me you will be able to integrate in an international team. So it gives me an information.
Okay, so it doesn't need to be exactly a technical goal or something that is linked to our specialty, for example.
Yes, it could be. Yeah, it could be technical, or it could be soft skills as well.
Okay, talking about soft skills, actually, how do you think is the best way we can integrate or we can show our soft skills in a CV? And because we know soft skills are something you can show in, for example, an interview or in person. How do you think we can show it actually on a CV, on a piece of paper?
Yeah, great question. So I would say, because technical achievement, you're right, it's actually pretty simple, I would say. Soft skills is it's more difficult. First of all, going back to what I said earlier, make sure you know what are the soft skills the recruiter is looking for. It's always on CV. It's on CV, sorry, on the job description. And if you don't have anything on the job or internship description, just go on their website. Just look at their career page. Look at their career page, or even their values, our mission, etc. You will see keywords. You will understand really what their values. Example, you have some companies, they will insist a lot on innovation, or on sustainability, or on teamwork, or multicultural environment. I don't know, whatever are their values. And when you read the job description or internship description, there will be also these keywords. You will see they are pretty obvious if you really pay attention. So then try to have these soft skills displayed or on your CV. If obviously you have experience within the soft skills, obviously. And to showcase same strategy. You just need to explain like what you have done and what you have achieved through that experience. Example, project management. Don't say, "Oh, I manage project." You can say, I participated, I was part of a team working on a project, then explain, the goal, like what was really your responsibility. I was in charge of, the planning, the developing of a tool, or etc., which allow me to learn how to, and then you have a result of the outcome. I mean, it's a long sentence, but you can make it really like just one sentence in your CV, where you really say what was your responsibility and what did you learn. So it's not technical, but it's actually like a soft skill, like project management, teamwork, etc.
Okay, so it's better to show it in an actual experience, not just say that I have team management or I know how to deal with it.
Exactly. Ideally, if you can make something, again, achievement. If it's team management, you can say, I led 3 junior engineers on a project for one client based in France. I don't know. I'm just making that up. I don't know. But you see, be specific, and then we can see, okay, international junior, he was able to manage junior people. Although I know you are all young and maybe you haven't done that yet, but it's just an example.
Okay, that's actually really interesting. Okay, so the last thing we can talk about in the CV before we go into the interview and how can we prepare for the interview. What would you say that after your long experience, what would you say is the most mistakes or things that the students or overall people that look for job or look to find the best job do in a CV that is really common and people don't know that is a bad thing, and you think they should improve or they should stop doing?
On the CV, so I mean, yeah, I have several. So I think I'm going to repeat a bit myself, but that's fine. I think it's important when I repeat. So the first thing is the first mistake is really a generic CV, and we see when it's a CV that has been like usually we can see like the CV, like it's generic because there is nothing that makes it really special or is special, I would say. So try to have like really several CVs. Second, I would say a CV that is too long. So I already talked about that. Third, portfolio. There are so many students, they think like they shouldn't put a link of their portfolio. And it's a big mistake. I mean, because particularly in your domain, what really how you can showcase what you have done is by sharing and showing really what you have done, and the portfolio is really the best thing you can do. You can put a link. If it's a PDF, please make sure it's we can click. If not, make sure the link is very easy, like we can copy and paste or we can type easily. but it's a really good way for you to showcase what you've been doing. So portfolio, that's really something that students, I don't know why they don't really think about that. On the CV, I will say when there are too many colors, too many, too many font, like sometimes you have like the size is big, and then, I mean, make sure it's clean, please. Because if and it's easy, if you are unsure if your CV is clear or not, ask someone else, another student, show them the CV and ask, okay, is it, do you know, like, is it easy to read? Do you understand, like, what's my profile? And you will see anyone, even your mom, your dad, your sister, whoever you want to check, they will tell you. They will be like, oof, too confusing, or oof, oh yeah, actually very clear, I understand what you have done, etc. So make sure the format is great. It's really important. Content, very important, but the format is critical, because when we have to read 60 CVs, and we look at a CV that is really not well done, I'm like, okay, this student was lazy. I'm not going to read the CV, or I will read it very quickly.
Of course, so the student or the one that's applying should show that he have put some effort in
yes. Oh my God, yes. Yes, please. And oh yes, because it really makes a difference. It shows like how professional you are, how your attention to details as well. And I'm thinking really as for myself as a recruiter, if I have several CVs like same profiles, and I have one like really there are mistakes, like spelling mistakes. I don't know, they are like the dates are not aligned or things like that. It will send me really a bad signal.
Okay, so that's actually really interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay, so one last thing before pursuing to the interview part, what would you say that is the best way or the best platform to look for offers, or to look for where to apply?
Great question. So good news and bad news, I'll say. I can see everyone is looking at LinkedIn, when they apply. Okay, LinkedIn is a great platform, but it's so easy to apply on LinkedIn that everyone is applying on LinkedIn. And recruiters, they receive more than, 100. You can see 100 of CVs per position. I'm not saying don't apply on LinkedIn. You should still apply on LinkedIn, of course, but don't use only one channel. You need to use different channels. So you have a job board like Jobzine, for example. Jobzine is one. You have LinkedIn, obviously, but also, your school. I'm sure your school, they have also some hiring partners, etc. Now, another way for you to look particularly for internship, you also, particularly on LinkedIn, you can identify companies, like you really want to join them, or people, maybe you can see their profile and what they have done, in the past, their career, etc., and reach them message them, send them a message. Please don't ask for an internship. Don't say, hello, my name is Nanana, and I want an internship. Can you please help me? No one will reply. And when you connect with someone, they need to trust you, right? It's like, for example, if you meet someone and you say, oh, please, can I borrow you, I don't know, 100 dirhams? They might say, oof, hold on, who are you? Same when you contact someone for network, like when you try to network with someone, try to bring the confidence first, right? So, hi, my name is Nanana, and I'm actually a future engineer, or whatever you are doing. I would love to have like some advice from you. I would love also to, understand better your career, because this is really like the path I want to follow, blah, blah, blah. And trust me, people, they love talking about themselves. So a lot of people, they will be like, let's have a call. Some people, they will ghost you. And that's totally normal as well. Even me, I'm senior. Sometimes I will contact someone and they will just no reply. It's fine as well. But you will find, 50% of the time, there will be people that will be willing to help you. And the discussion you're going to have will bring, first of all, might bring really something after that, because maybe you will, like, the matching will be really well together, and they will be like, oh, actually, I have a friend working for another company. Let me share your CV with him, etc. Or you will get insight and information that you will be able to use for you to better apply. Because there is no better way for you really to have like the best tips from really people working in your field. Because I'm giving you information, like generic information, important information, I would say the foundation. But people in your field, in the type of company you want to work for, they will have even better insight. They will tell you, oh, don't put that, contact that person, but not this person. And that's how you can get also a job. It's really the hidden platform, I would say. You have traditional ones, you apply, you use them, and the other one, you contact them, people on LinkedIn. And second, please go in any conference, any forum, any place where you can meet companies. You go there and you talk about yourself. You ask questions about their career, etc. And step by step, I promise you will start having opportunities.
Okay, so networking actually is a...
That was a long answer.
No, it's a good answer. It's a good answer. So networking is a really good way to look for internships.
Yeah. Okay. I think probably 70% of position, like not just internship but positions, are really not visible in any platform. It's really people talking to each other. And I'll tell you something else. When I used to recruit, the first thing I will say, I will ask my team members, do you know anyone? Because they are the best one. They know how we work, they know our processes, etc. So I know when they recommend someone, it's probably a good match. So and I would prefer like trusting someone rather than like asking, having a job on a platform and having too many applications, I would say, if I may.
Yeah, that makes the job easier actually to look for the best person for that role. Okay, so going forward to the internship, to the interview. So after you apply, after you prepare your CV, you apply, you get your first, let's say your first interview. Okay, so how can we first prepare for that interview? And is there one way to prepare for an interview, or is it custom for each company for each company, let's say?
Yeah. So thank you for asking this question. So if you have an interview, well, congratulations, first of all. And second, please prepare, practice, prepare, and practice even more. I'll tell you why. Students often, not just students, people in general, and I have done interviews with people that are quite senior. If you don't prepare and practice, people usually, they think it's easy when we ask them questions like, okay, please introduce yourself. And they start like hesitating and they tell you something like, I don't know, they go back to 10 years ago or 5 years ago or 3 years ago and they say things that I don't really care that much. And they start like hesitating and I'm like, okay, they haven't prepared, they are not structured, and they didn't give me the information I need to know. Or I will have students, they will be like, my name is na, and I'm a student and I'm here because I'm really interested for this internship. I'm like, you didn't give me much either. So you have to practice and prepare. In your introduction, you really need to give who you are, of course, but also your key skills. It's really a summary of who you are. It's like, instead of saying I'm a student, it's like I'm studying and I'm actually have run really different projects when I was able to use, AI and data analytics, and I really want to go through that kind of domain. And that's the reason why I'm here, because when I looked at your job description, I can see that it fits with my goal in my career, and I really want to try. Also, I'm really interested, and I'm someone very team oriented, and I saw one of your value is really like collaboration. So for me, I can see like there is a fit between my career goal, but also your company's value. Bam. It's like I say things about myself that are key, but things that are really linked to me as a company. I'm like, oh, okay, they read my job description. They know our values, and I can see there is a fit. So I want to know more. You see? I want to know
It's
more.
about showing that you have put some effort looking for the company and actually understanding their values and
Yes, but even more importantly, I would say you make my life easier. You are telling me from the beginning, there is a fit. I mean, I understand what you are looking for. I understand your values, and how do you say? I match them. So I definitely want to know more. So that's why you need to prepare in the sense like you need to look for the company, their values. Again, job description, it has all the keywords. And make sure when you introduce yourself, you kind of show straight away from the beginning that there is a match, and I have researched and I know what the company is looking for. You know, it's like when you watch a movie, you have a teaser, you know, like, no, before you watch a movie, you look at the teaser, right? If you like it, you will watch the movie. If you don't like the teaser, you won't watch the movie. It's the same thing. Like if the introduction is great, I want to know more. And I will really be, like, how to say, be attentive.
Okay, so it's about making or showing that you're interested, or making the recruiting the one recruiting being interesting to know more of you and ask you more.
Yes, and I'll say for the interview as well, I mean, the first question you have to be prepared is really, please introduce yourself. 95% of the time you will get this question. So you need to prepare it. The way I explain right now, please don't go through your CV. Like, you know, it's because some recruiter, they might ask you, okay, please go through your CV. You go through your CV, but please introduce yourself. Showcase your key skills, the ones again that matter for the company and the job particularly. Then for the interview itself, we want to know what you are capable of doing. Like we want to know if we can trust you. We want to know if you can fit with the team, what you are capable of doing, etc. So when you talk about your experience, use the STAR method, STAR. Situation, which is really the context, task, action, and result. So basically, I can give an example. If we talk about project management, let's say, you will be like situation is really the context. So when I was, I don't know, as part of my class, I was working on a project, and we were like 5 team members. Situation, it's part of that's the context. Task is really your responsibility. I was in charge of leading the team, and our goal was to create, I don't know, an application that will solve X problem. Action is really verbs of action. I was leading the team. I assigned the task. I wrote the KPIs. I ensure we met the deadline, the KPI, etc. So really action, and then the result. From that experience, I learned how to manage a team, but also how I don't know, maybe to manage conflicts within people within my team. But also I learned how to, and then you can say something technical, and I know how to learn technical thing within a project, etc. You see, S, situation, the context, task, your responsibility. A is really the action, verbs. It has to be verbs, and then result. And I have everything. Just with one answer, I have everything. Rather than, oh yes, project management, I know, or leadership. Yeah, I have worked on projects where I have led the teams. I'm like, okay, and does it make sense?
Yeah, it does. So it's about showing that you have actually put you have instead. It's like what we said earlier. Instead of saying that I know how to manage a team or I know how to do X, it's better to say that I have this experience in doing this that resulted in me learning how to actually or to have this skill. Okay, so after this presentation, after you present yourself, what would you say the key questions or the principal questions that you will be asked in mostly every interview?
I think I will. I mean, again, it's a tough question because it really depends on the job, on the recruiter, etc. But I mean, the question will vary for sure, based again on the recruiter. but I will ask questions based on the CV and based on what I'm looking for. Example, if let's say one of the critical skill I'm looking for is team management, let's say, because I'm looking for a leader, my first question will probably be around leadership. Asking, okay, can you tell me a little bit more like how you manage this project, and because I can see like you are a team leader, can you tell me like and give me an example of a project where you have managed and you had to lead a team as well. So I'm gonna ask you like to showcase or to give me example to see also how you interact, and even if maybe it was a bad experience for you, that's absolutely fine, because I want to know also what happened and what you learn as well from it. So I will ask 2 questions that really to showcase if you have the skills that I'm looking for. And the question I ask, I mean, most of companies, and as part of my job at Hawaii, I meet obviously a lot of companies, and they have interviews with my students, and I'm asking them, okay, what are the good thing and the bad thing? The number one thing that they really say, like it's annoying, I'll say, is when the student, they don't know about the company. They just say what they have read in the first page. Oh yeah, I know you are a top employer. You are just reading like the basic information. Everyone can do that, even a child, a 5 years old child. You need to go deeper. You need to go to check, on their social media, on their LinkedIn, any post, any project, anything specific. So when they ask you the question, okay, why us? Why you want a job in our company? What do you know about our company? Please shine. And by shining, I mean go deeper. Just say things that really no one else has said, and show that you are really interested about the company. Don't tell me it has been, it's a company that was created, 20 years ago, and no. Give me, I read in an article that you've been one of the first, company investing in Morocco, and I found it very fascinating, particularly because at that time, blah, blah, blah. Something like specific. That will make a difference as well.
Okay, so it's more about showing that you're not like everyone else to get accepted. It's about sticking in the recruiter's mind, actually. Okay, so we can say that the first thing is prepare your presentation. Just to sum up this whole thing, prepare your presentation, how to present yourself, and the main questions would be mainly about your CV and the things that actually on your CV. So, for example, that you have some projects in your CV, and the recruiter decided to ask you about those projects. So, do they ask general questions to know what problems did you solve with that project? What tools did you use? Or they actually asking technical questions and think that to make sure that you developed that project, or it's not someone else?
Great question. It depends who you have in front of you. If you have an HR just doing the first screening, they will ask you a general question. If you have in front of you a technical person, they will ask you technical questions. And the operational people, usually they will really go deeper, like they really try to understand how you use the tool, and if you really know how to use the tool of your technical skills. But if you have HR from review, that's why when you have an interview, make sure you know who will be a part of the interview, because it's not the same interview when you have HR or when you have like a technical person. If you have both, you can be sure it's going to be like really like showing like your soft skills and hard skills. So they will ask you like technical questions. If it's only HR, they're just going to check, do you fit with the company, the values, do you have like the key skills? They won't go deeper. And if it's a technical person, they will really go through like technical questions, and potentially even ask you like to do some tests, or things like they might give you an example and ask you like how you're going to solve that technical problem, for example. You are on mute.
Okay. So it mainly depends on who is in front of you. Is it a technical interview, or behavior interview. So is there only these two types, or is there another type of interviews?
You're gonna have like technical questions. As I said, I mean, you may have a business case, like really on the spot. They will give you like a situation, like what happened if you are in a room and you are in a meeting and your boss is asking you to do something and you know that it's not gonna work. Technically, you know it's not gonna work, but your manager asks you in front of everyone to run this. I don't know, to do that, to use that technology for that project. And you know it's going to be a waste of time. So how would you react? They love this type of questions because they want to see. Usually we ask this question because we have faced this kind of problems and we want to see how you will behave and it will fit with our values or not. It's a bit tricky, I would say, because you may answer in a way that for you it's that's who you are and you're going to reply, but it might not fit with the value of the company. And that's okay. It just means like maybe, and it's okay because if it really doesn't work, it means like really the way you are, it really doesn't match with the way they expect you to be. So it's better that it doesn't work rather than like you go there and realize it's really not your environment. Like it's not a good environment for you.
It's not for you, yeah.
Exactly.
So these type of questions, let's call them tricky questions. What things that you show you think that we need to show when answering these questions? Is it professionality? Is it that our goals align with the companies or?
Okay. So if you want to anticipate this question, I mean, yeah. Okay, so if you want to anticipate these questions, I will say again, make sure you understand really the values and the companies, you know, like really what's important for them, because you will be able to anticipate the type of question they will ask you. Now, that's the best way for you to prepare. But I will give you my best advice, and again, some of you might be disappointed by my answer, but you will have to be authentic in this type of answer because, again, if you answer in a way that doesn't fit with the company, it means like really there is no matching between the way you replied and what's their expectation. So be professional, obviously, prepare in advance, understand their values and what are the soft skills important for them and the technical skills. And then if they ask you a question about how you will behave on a specific situation, really just be yourself.
Okay, so be yourself. So even if it's not the best answer, you're yourself. So
it's your
because even if you answer and it's not you would face a problem afterwards when you actually are in that situation.
Yes, because some companies they value, for example, excellence and competitivity. Like they love like people that will be like, let's say, work really late and really hard, and be excellent, etc., and be competitive, etc. Other companies, their value is more like we want you to ask for help and also to say you don't know and to also want to learn, etc. So you need to know, the company, what the type of the profile they will look for. If really you want to, let's say, answer the best way possible. That's the trick the trick for you, like, and then the answer will be for one company, the answer like excellence, working hard, etc. That's what they are looking for, and other company it's more like I want you to tell me you need help, we are a team, etc. You see, so it's not really like you can prepare, but again, it based on what are their expectations.
So it depends on the actual company. It's not something that you can. It's not a template that you can follow on every interview. Okay, yeah. So talking about interview, what would you say that is okay? Well, someone in chat is talking about HES. Is there any way that we can see if our CV is HES aligned or not?
Yeah. There are some websites you can test. It would give you like a score. not a no, it will give you a score, but it will give you also how your CV is perceived, like in which like your top skills.
Okay.
Yes, you do have some few, be careful, there are some tools, they ask you to load your CV and then they ask you for money. I mean, yeah, to pay something, but there are some free tools. You can try one or twice for free. It will give you an idea basically on how your CV is perceived. If you want to test, it, yeah.
So it's better to test it before applying with the CV.
I think it's good because it helps you. But again, if you want to, before you do that, make sure again you have your CV matching with with the job description itself or internship. Because the more you use like the same words in your CV, the better the result will be. It's really ATS is really a matching between what they are looking for and your CV. So if they are going to look at keywords, it's that's it. Huh?
It's all about keywords, yeah. Okay, so talking about interview, that's a question I wanted to ask you before answering the ATS question. So let's say there is two people in an interview. As a recruiter, you pass interviews of two people. They have the same academic background. They're close on projects. They have mainly the same tools, the same technology that they can use.
Yeah.
Maybe even the same school, the same they're similar. What would you say that the key elements or the things that exactly you are looking for that would actually make a difference in this situation?
Yeah, the soft skills.
Okay.
The soft skills, 200%. The soft skills. I give you an example. In the past, I mean, in my previous job, I was what was really important for us because we were like working really late and really it was really like heavy in terms of workload. We needed someone really with a strong team spirit and also resilience, like someone like not complaining after 2 days or I have too much work. I had two kind of soft skills in my head. So for me, what will make the difference is like, can this person really be a team player and really can handle the stress? So if you have same CV, technically great experiences, I will look at the soft skills.
Okay,
because yes, because and that's something also I heard from a recruiter of a big consulting firm in Morocco, Casablanca, CFC, in digital, really one of the big one, looking for engineer. He told me if we have when you have two great technical people, like genius, I mean, they might be both of them like amazing. What will make a difference is really their soft skills, how they will fit with the team and how will they fit with the manager.
Okay, so let's summarize up. The whole interview thing is about first presenting yourself in a way that you would stick in the recruiter's mind, in a way that no one else did, and to show your technicalities to prepare to answer any such a question that the recruiters might ask about your projects or any technical questions, and finally show your soft skills to make a difference. Actually, if there is another one with same skills you have or even better than you.
Yeah, and if I may, show your soft skill that will resonate and will matter for the recruiter. Again, make sure like you know.
Okay, how to actually know what the recruiter is actually looking for in terms of soft skills?
Great question. Again, two tricks. I think I mentioned it earlier. The job description again. It's written. You will see. It's always mentioned. If it's not there, look at their website again. Their values. Like again, how they describe themselves, their mission. You will be able to see. What's how will they work and what are the values. Or the soft skills that might be important for them. Or another option, just contact if you are unsure. Try to see if you can find someone working in the company on LinkedIn and ask if you could get some advice because you have an interview, etc. That works.
Actually, people answer in this situations.
And don't contact HR on LinkedIn because most of the time they don't reply. They have too many people asking questions, and don't ask this type of question to an HR person. I mean, no.
Yeah.
However, someone from the operational side, always. Because actually, you think HR decides, but actually, most of the time, I mean, HR, they launch the process, they own the process, but usually the decision maker really are people on the ground, the operational people, the manager will really have the final say.
Okay, so it's not all about the HR.
No, HR is the first one, I'll say.
Okay, so can we look for actually project managers or people that lead projects and ask them for internships in our case, or we should mainly contact the HRs?
No. And on LinkedIn, when we talked about networking, it's really better to contact people, project manager, people on the ground, like really from the operational side, and you ask them, some advice, some advice about their career. If you are looking for an internship, I mean, you can ask about advice about their career, how they have arrived at this stage, anything they can share with you, etc. And from that discussion, first of all, you're going to get great insight, but it might help you also. Maybe they will also share another contact, or maybe they are recruiting also someone. My advice, again, it's just me saying, HR on LinkedIn, they are overwhelmed with people contacting them. So you can contact them, but I think the percentage of success in terms of response might be low. But I'm not saying you don't do it. It's just not too sure.
The least people that actually can respond. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, because I mean the first thing people do when they are looking for a job, they contact HR on LinkedIn.
Okay, so it's better to actually contact people that are working for the company, or maybe internships, interns, and at the
as well. Right? Yeah, interns, like someone who did an internship last year, for example. They might have they might be 1 year older than you, and they will probably be happy to kind of give you some advice as well. Yes, great point.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mrs. Depers. This has been a wonderful
really?
discussion.
Okay, I'm glad.
Thank you so much. So let me see just if there's any questions at the chat, and we will end it. So. Okay, this is actually a really good question. So Ahmed is saying that many people suffer from stress, especially in the first interview. What are the tips to manage the stress that we would give to these people?
Yes, great question. The first thing I'll say, I think that's what I said earlier, it's really practicing. Because the more, and I do that myself. If I have to do a speech, like I did a speech yesterday in a big event, I practiced. It was a 3-minute speech, something I do all the time, but I practiced before. Really practice, because when you will get to the interview, they will ask you questions. I mean, yes, they will ask you questions that you have already thought through and you have already said 200 million times before. So it will come naturally and will feel less stressed. You will still be stressed. You are stressed because you care and you want this to succeed. It's normal and it's a great sign. But for you really to decrease your stress, really practice by yourself, practice with people, anyone, even if you practice with someone in front of you that doesn't understand what you are saying, that's fine. It will help you, preparing. I read an article about sports, I think it was basketball players, what they do, to decrease the stress of the players. They practice, the game in the same condition than the real game. like really same place, like people around, like watching the game, the same time and everything, and it just helps. Like it's like you do it the first time, and the second time it feels like it's you are repeating something that you have already done. It really helps. I mean, at least it
Like
helps.
a simulation, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, like stimulation. But don't do it just once. Do it several times, because the first time you will be not sure. Second time a bit better. The third time you will maybe change a few things. Fourth, fifth time you will be like, oh, not that complicated, I'll say.
Yeah, it's not that complicated. Okay, so I think those were the only questions. So thank you so much, Mrs.
My
DeForest. This
pleasure.
has been a very insightful discussion. Thank you so much. Is there anything that you would like to add before summing this up?
No, just you can do it, guys. It's really, we all been through all of that. It's difficult to find a first job, a first internship, a first job, but you will be more than okay, really.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mrs. DeForest. Thank you for everyone who joined us, and see you next episode at Short Talks. And thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.